Hi everyone, so I'm going to talk to you about bacon. So you can have bacon with breakfast. Usually you can have it with eggs, and some people have it with...
Hey bro, it's beacons.
Thank you. So what is a beacon? One of the examples that I want to give... That's smart. One of the examples I want to give people usually for a beacon is imagine being in a museum like we're today, and imagine having many different paintings or many different things to see this museum. Imagine this museum being a history of my life. You know, people want to learn about these things. And as you walk by and you have your device, things actually change in the device depending on what you're looking at. You're looking at a specific painting, it tells you information about that painting. You're looking at something else, it tells you information about that. So you can actually get contextual information depending on where you are. Very small distances, very short distances. So beacons allow you to do this exactly it. So it's a device to give you application context of its surroundings. You keeping track?
Yeah,
Good. It's built on top of Bluetooth LE, so it's very low energy. It's actually very easy to set up and install. They're usually very small devices. You can buy them in bulk. They're very, very cheap, and they run on battery, and they last anywhere from 4 to 6 months on. So you'll find that many companies actually just buy many of them, just put them wherever they need to put them, and then just forget about them, and then buy another one when they run out. They're that cheap. And they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. That's very important for those design guys there that want to have different types of devices. So how does it work? So a beacon advertises some sort of data over Bluetooth LE. It does not require you to pair to the beacon with your device. As you walk by, you can just get these advertisements from anywhere. You don't have to pair with these devices. The data that it advertises, it's very short, it's very small data. It's usually just a major, minor, it's about 8 bytes of data. It's known as a UUID. You can also get proximity information, RSSI, that can tell you approximately how far you are from a specific beacon. So if you have many beacons around you, you can detect which one's the closest one, approximately. And you can also modify this. You have full power of how the power that these devices use, what the data they're advertising, what the manufacturer data is. You can fully configure these devices. So what do you do with this within your application? How do you actually interact with these within your application? So the way it works, you set up your application to continuously scan for these beacons. You simply start this, you call this API and it starts to listen, and then you get an event every time you get a beacon near you. You can set filters, etc., for specific devices, for a specific range. Once you get this advertisement without needing to pair, as I said. So you don't have to pair with the beacon to do it, you can just get it. And then once you get this data from this beacon, you can simply do a lookup of the data that's advertising. So you can say, okay, this is beacon number 1. Let me look up what number 1 means, and I can show that data for this beacon because I know where this is. And you can also use the RSSI data to determine how close you are to the beacon, so you can filter out which one's the closest one. Now I have a quick demo that I want to show. Let me see. So who here has heard of a game called Human versus Zombies? Who has played Human versus Zombies? Hey, two folks out there. Awesome. Maybe we can play later. I'll hit you up. So, ignore him. So for those that don't know, Humans versus Zombie is a very fun game where you have most people start off as humans, and it's usually played on big campuses. It's played over a long period of time, like a few days, and most people start as humans, and then you have one zombie, and the job of the zombie is to infect the other humans so they can become zombies. And the game is finished when all the people either become zombies or the time runs out and the humans win. So I wanted to make a game like that. So in Windows 10 now, we have the capability for a device to be both a receiver, so you can actually listen for beacons that are near it. It can also be an advertiser. So an application can actually pretend to be a beacon. It can advertise some data as well. So I built an application to be a human or a zombie. So you can advertise some data if it's a zombie or receive data if it's a human. So I'm going to show you this application, what it looks like first, and then I'll show you the code. So here's my application. It's very complicated. All it says is, hi, my name is human. Currently, all it does is basically waits to see if it can find a zombie beacon. Once it recognizes a zombie beacon, it will become a zombie. So I have the same thing on the phone. If you can see it, it's green. It says, hi, my name is human. So I'm going to turn this into a zombie. And I'm gonna walk like a zombie over to, it's important, you have to walk like a zombie, otherwise it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn this into a zombie. I'm gonna try to infect that device. So now it's red. It says, hi, my name is Zombie. So I'm gonna try to be a zombie. I want brains. I want brains. Okay, I'm gonna cluster. And hopefully it will turn, there it is. Hi, my name is Zombie. So it detected I had a device and it turned into a zombie.
All right.
It's fun, right? Let me show you the code. We can play this. So code is actually very easy. We have a couple APIs. We have the advertisement publisher that allows you to actually publish and be a beacon if you don't have any beacons. And we have the advertisement watcher can actually detect beacons around your device. First thing is we have to initialize the watcher. It's very simple. You just create a new watcher and you wait for events. Every time there's a beacon near you, you get an event when there is a beacon near you, you can actually process the data. To initialize the publisher, it's a little bit more complicated, but not that complicated actually. You initialize a new publisher, you set what data you wanted to advertise. For example, here I just advertise 1. I set the company ID, and then I start publishing. To start publishing, I simply have a couple methods. One is I start publishing when I get infected. So as soon as I get infected, I become a beacon. So I do publisher.start. If I'm a human, I actually just listen for other events. So I do watcher.start. Very simple API. And then once I detect, as a human, that there's a beacon near me, I can simply read the data of the beacon. For example, here I check to see if the company ID is 6, that's the one I set up. And I can get the RSSI, and I have some debug statements to check to see if I'm less than negative 50 decibels. And then I can turn a zombie. Very human. So who here wants to play a game? Okay, so after this, we'll go play a game, okay?
Finally.
Finally. So that's all I got for beacons. So thanks, guys.